A lot of people know of the famous lawman Pat Garrett, but many don't know about his daughter Elizabeth Garrett. She is a famous composer and musician who wrote "Oh Fair New Mexico," the New Mexico state song. She was born in November 1884 in her home in Eagle Creek, New Mexico. Elizabeth was discovered to be blind only a couple hours after her birth. There are different theories on why she was blind. Some say it was an over-application of blue vitriol, while others say she was just born that way. Not long after she was born, Elizabeth moved with her family to Roswell. She says that she's never been back to Eagle Creek, but believes a cabin was built where her house once was. Now there is a historical marker placed there in her honor.
She lived a very active lifestyle as a kid. Her parents Apolinera Gutierrez and Pat Garrett never held her back. They wanted her to live as independently as possible and to be successful. In an interview, Elizabeth said,
"My childhood days on the ranch near Roswell were happy, neither constricted nor restricted. I led an active outdoor life, rode horseback, and did all the things any child loves to do."
When she was 6, it's said that she went to school for the blind in Austin, Texas. She did well in her classes, but excelled in her music classes. Even as a young kid, Elizabeth has always shown interest in music. One of the earliest compositions she can remember working on was about apple blossoms and the bees flying around them. In 1901, she moved with her family to El Paso, Texas. There, Elizabeth began teaching music and was a music director of a church. In 1908, after her father's passing, she moved to be with her family in New Mexico to help them with their ranch. While there, it said that she was proposed to, but she turned him down to instead travel to Chicago and New York to study under Dr. Herbert Witherspoon, one of the most important instructors of his time.
After her 2 years there, she moved back to New Mexico, where she is believed to write the state song in 1914. She wrote the song with the sole purpose of sharing her love of the state. She never intended for the song to be commercial. It was elected to be the state song in March of 1917 by New Mexico legislators.
Elizabeth worked as a teacher in the School for the Blind in Alamogordo from 1907 to 1915, and later served on the Board of Regents for the school. While there, she had written the school song for them. A dorm was built in 1964 for the girls at the school and was named Garrett Hall in honor of Elizabeth. Later, though, the building was renamed to Elizabeth Garrett.
She was an amazing singer-songwriter, pianist, teacher, and advocate. She said and embodied the idea that a handicap is like mud. You can turn it into bricks and build beautiful, comfortable homes, or you can let it remain mud. It's up to the individual to plan what he must do with the materials he has.
She didn't let anything hold her back, especially during a time where there were little accommodations for the disabled and when women were seen as inferior to a man. She was proof anything could be possible with the right determination. Elizabeth is an amazing woman and lived a life filled with adventures.